Graceland's all in lights, and in Atlanta, Georgia, there's peace on earth tonight. Christmas in Dixie, it's snowing in the pines. Merry Christmas from Dixie to everyone tonight. It's windy in Chicago. The kids are out of school. There's magic in Motown. The city's on the move. In Jackson, Mississippi, to Charlotte, Carolina, all across the nation, it's a peaceful Christmas time. Christmas in Dixie, it's snowing in the pines. Merry Christmas from Dixie to everyone tonight. And from Fort Payne, Alabama, Merry Christmas tonight.
Gotta have some Christmas in Dixie. That's Alabama, and it's a new version of a classic Ronnie Milsap song. Remember Ronnie's original Smoky Mountain Rain? Well, here it is with Ronnie Milsap and Dolly Parton.
He thumbed his way from L.A. back to Knoxville. He found out those bright lights ain't where he belonged. From a phone booth in the rain, he called to tell me he had a change of dreams, he's coming home. But I told him not to bother, 'cause I'm gone.
Snowy Mountain rain keeps on falling. I keep on calling
No need calling,
her name.
just forget my name.
Yeah, Smoky Mountain rain, I'll keep on searching.
Keep on
I
searching,
can't go on hurting,
now you're hurting.
hurting this
You
way.
threw me away.
She's somewhere in the Smoky Mountain rain. I waved a diesel down outside a cafe. He said he was going as far as Gatlinburg. I climbed up in the cab all wet and cold and lonely. I wiped my eyes and told him about her. I've got to find her. Can you make these big wheels burn right now? Smoky Mountain rain keeps on falling. I keep on calling,
Keep on calling,
calling her name.
but it ain't the same.
Smoky Mountain rain, I'll keep on searching.
Keep on searching,
I can't go on
I
hurting,
know about her.
hurting this way.
That's their place.
She's somewhere mama for letting go.
A woman needs someone warm to hold.
I feel the rain running down my face. Got to find her no matter what it takes. Yes, I will. Oh, Smoky Mountain rain keeps on falling. I keep on calling their name. Smoky Mountain rain, I'll keep on searching. I can't go on hurting this way. Oh, Jesus, Smoky Mountain rain. I keep on calling their name.
Real country. Tell your friends to listen here for classic country favorites.
I've been a walking heartache. I've made a mess of me. The person that I've been lately ain't who I wanna be. But you stay here right beside me and watch as the storm blows through. And I need you. 'Cause God gave me you for the ups and downs. God gave me you for the days of doubt. And for when I think I lost my way, there are no words here left to say it's true. God gave me you. Gave me you. There's more here than what we're seeing, a divine conspiracy. That you, an angel lovely, would somehow fall for me. You'll always be love's great martyr, and I'll be the flattered fool, and I need you. Yeah, God gave me you for the ups and downs. God gave me you for the days of doubt. And for when I think I lost my way, there are no words here left to say it's true. God gave me you. On my own, I'm only half of what I could be. I can't do without you. We are stitched together, and one love has tethered. I pray we never undo. 'Cause God gave me you for the ups and downs. God gave me you for the days of doubt. God gave me you for the ups and downs. God gave me you for the days of doubt. And for when I think I lost my way, there are no words here left to say it's true. God gave me you.
On 920 WGHQ.
Good morning. You're now listening to Kingston Community Radio, airing on FM 92.5 and AM 920 WGHQ, Kingston, New York. And good morning. This programming is brought to you by our listeners and corporate underwriters who are interested in presenting local community radio. The opinions expressed on this program do not represent those of Pamel Broadcasting or Kingston Community Radio. Listeners are encouraged to send in $10 per month to help bring this program to you. Mail your contributions to Kingston Community Radio, Post Office Box 4364, Kingston, New York 12402. For more information or to donate online, visit our website at mykcr.org. And good morning. This is Dan Gatis, and thank you for tuning in. 7:01 a.m. this Tuesday, December 8th. 27 degrees right now in uptown Kingston, and it's going to continue to be freezing pretty much every night now this week. Tuesday, today, cloudy, early with some sunshine later. A high of 37. Tonight, partly cloudy, then mostly cloudy after midnight, a low of 22. And Wednesday, cloudy, a few passing flurries. Snow showers are possible, a 17% chance of snow flurries, and a high of 42. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, with increasing clouds overnight, 15% chance of flurries possible, a low of 32. And Thursday, partly cloudy skies with a high of 45. Thursday night, clear skies with some passing clouds, a low of 25.
You're listening to Kingston Community Radio on WGHQ Kingston. On your radio at 920 AM and 92.5 FM, and also online at mykcr.org.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time Shiro to all of us. Now it's time for you, our Shiro, to stretch for the stars. Get free tips to help boost your retirement savings now at aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes,
their age,
the way they speak.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Do you go all out decorating for the holidays? Snap a photo of your home's decorations and you could win $500. Enter Central Hudson's Holiday Spirit Photo Contest today. If your photo gets the most likes on our Instagram page, you win. Deadline to enter is noon on December 11th. For contest rules and information on how to submit your photo, go to Central Hudson's Instagram page, central_Hudson, or visit centralhudson.com.
Hi, this is Shirley Stabe from Kingston, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
And you're with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, WGHQ 920 on your AM dial, 92.5 FM, and streaming online at mykcr.org. KCR's talk radio and a call-in show, so call in 331-9255, 331-9255. And by the way, reservations are available for Christmas Day dinner at Le Canard Enchaîné, and 1 p.m., 4 p.m., 6:30 p.m. $45 pre-fee, 3-course dinner with many choices. 339-2003. It's at 276 Fair Street, Uptown Kingston. Reservations are also being taken for Christmas Day takeout. Same pre-fee, 3-course menu, $45 each. 339-2003. And Mid-Hudson Valley weather and forecast for today. Cloudy, early with some sunshine late, a high of 37. Tonight, partly cloudy, then mostly cloudy after midnight, a low of 22. Wednesday, cloudy with a few flurries or snow showers possible, 17%. Now we're getting pretty accurate. 17% of snow flurries chance, and it's a high of 42. Wednesday night, partly cloudy with increasing clouds overnight, 15% chance of flurries possible, a low of 32 degrees. And Thursday, partly cloudy skies with a high of 45. And Thursday night, clear skies with some passing clouds, low of 25. And we'll be right back.
You're listening to Kingston Community Radio on WGHQ Kingston. On your radio at 920 AM and 92.5 FM, and also online at mykcr.org.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time Shiro to all of us. Now it's time for you, our Shiro, to stretch for the stars. Get free tips to help boost your retirement savings now at aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes?
Their age?
The way they speak?
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Do you go all out decorating for the holidays? Snap a photo of your home's decorations and you could win $500. Enter Central Hudson's Holiday Spirit Photo Contest today. If your photo gets the most likes on our Instagram page, you win. Deadline to enter is noon on December 11th. For contest rules and information on how to submit your photo, go to Central Hudson's Instagram page, central_Hudson, or visit centralhudson.com.
Hi, my name's Maggie. I'm from Copiague, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
And you're listening to KCR, Kingston Community Radio, WGHQ 920 on your AM dial, 92.5 FM, and streaming online at mykcr.org. It's Talk Radio, 331-9255, 7 to 9 a.m. Call in anytime, 331-9255. It's been a terrific Tuesday so far, and it is going to be more terrific now that Nina Posterpak and Cameron Rylance are in the on-air studio now. Welcome.
And we are back. Slight delay. Sorry about that.
Yes, we're here, and Cameron and I pulled in the parking lot at the same time, both a little late. So, Dan, thank you for covering for us. We appreciate that.
That's okay. I just recycle the weather and the PSAs a couple times.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
You only missed a couple minutes.
Yeah, no.
I got a dog, not very bright. I don't think she's very bright, but she's a greyhound, coonhound mutt. You know, rescue pound puppy, rescue dog.
Right.
But she has figured out how to open my gate. I have a 6-foot stockade fence at the end of my gate with a lift, traditional thumb latch, and a.
Oh, that's a smart. Now you're saying
rhythmically, if you like knock it 3 times, like the natural spring of the wood door, you can't see my arm wiggling, somehow makes the latch pop up. But it's 3 times. I've seen her do it. But so
to the dog, pushing on the fence just the right way opens the gate.
Exactly. But to figure out the 3 rhythm, because if you don't do it rhythmically, the latch doesn't.
It won't live.
I would say that's a pretty smart dog. I would say, yeah.
I had a dog that we used to have one of those spin in the ground chain holders.
Yeah.
And right out in the backyard, the immediate, the backyard right closest to the back door. And she learned how to, if she spun around enough times.
Counterclockwise.
No, well, it probably was counterclockwise.
Yeah,
but if she spun around enough times, we'll see the chain would wrap up, right?
Yeah.
And finally unclick from her collar.
Oh.
So it wasn't like that was what was going to get her loose, was spinning around.
Yeah.
So
I thought she was going to screw the thing out of the ground by going lefty-loosey.
The leash just gets twisted more and more and more tight enough that it would pop off of her collar.
That's pretty clever, yeah.
So
like a year ago, we
good.
learned,
Yeah.
not a year, maybe a year ago, I had this big piece of heavy pipe that on the outside, we just blocked the gate so she, can't
Couldn't do it
open
anymore.
Must not have done it yesterday or whatever. Forgot to put it back, and so, 7 of I was trying to leave. I opened the back door. I was, Luna, come on in, because she had just eaten breakfast, 50 minutes earlier. Not there. Luna, come on. Walk out. Look over my side. Saw the gate open. I'm like, dang it! And she just walks down the road sniffing stuff. So, she's 2 houses over. She was in the neighbor's backyard. So
Had to go find her.
Get over here, and
And that's what made you late.
That's why I was late. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't have an excuse, but at least you have an excuse. It was dark, and it just took me a long time to get moving this morning. That's for sure. But this weather, it's really been like such an extreme. Now it's so cold, and this is normal, right? December weather. And
December, winter.
But at least we have some sunshine.
Yes, yesterday was sunny. It was decent.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not sure about. Well, I didn't listen to the weather because I was scrambling to get here. So.
Today it's going to be cloudy, but the sun peeks through in the afternoon.
That's cool. That's good.
Sun peeks through in the afternoon.
So how about those Giants, huh?
Cameron, everybody out there listening, I was so tempted to text you on Sunday. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Great game.
They looked like
They
a real
played
football
really
team.
well.
Yep.
They did.
Yep.
They did. It was exciting. They played.
Yeah,
they just played great. And without
little Colt McCoy.
Yeah, he did. Right.
But the ground game, running the ball, Gallman and that guy Lewis, they're stepping right up.
Yes. I mean, they're right. They don't have their quarterback. They don't have Barkley. Yeah.
Yeah, the number one running back is out,
Right.
so that's pretty good for the other guy. Now, there's been a lot of criticism of their general manager, like because we've been losing Gettleman. you know. But
Things are starting to
taken a while because he's found players that other than Leonard Williams, who came over from the Jets, and
he was involved.
our draft pick that got in that shoot, got arrested in Ohio, whatever,
Yes.
that never came to the Giants.
Yeah.
And Blake Martinez, 'cause he was good. He was with the Rams or Chicago, wherever the heck he came from. Those are the only three guys on our defense I ever heard of before.
Right.
Now. But, the frack roll, the other linebacker, we have a couple of our defensive backs.
They just played
playing well. And, that's a testament. That's like why the Patriots have been so good. Somebody gets hurt, the next man up is just as good. And,
you got it. And maybe
there's 11 players on that field, and all of them have to know their job. And
you got to build the organization.
The Giants coaching staff has seen to that because these bunch of no-name guys have
they really
won 4 games in a row. And
And I mean, the Seahawks were a winning team, winning
top
record.
Of their division.
Yeah,
They're number one in their division.
Yeah, good offense. So it was a great game.
And Steelers last night getting upset by the Washington Redskins. Well, the team from Washington.
The Washington team. Yeah.
But
which
makes me a little nervous. But thank goodness we own their tiebreaker. We beat them twice. So
right.
Even
Thank
if we
gosh.
have the same record, we'll still be ranked above them. So
right. Yeah, which was good. And how about the poor Jets? I mean, that was just unbelievable. I just happened to walk in the house for the end of that, and I was like, "Oh my God, the Jets are finally going to win!" And
I could hear Jets fans banging their heads against the table.
And they fired that
the whole world.
They fired that. They fired that defensive coach. Yeah.
Apparently, he was not a nice guy either.
I think there was a lot of.
Yeah, I heard
behind that story.
2 different, driving to work in the morning and driving home. I switch between. Sports radio, alternate between here. Whenever this goes to commercial, I switch.
You go to sports
because they don't sync up because they have weird commercial times.
Right.
So you can always listen to programming. So the morning host and the drive host both had said, got Greg Williams was like not a nice guy, has made a lot of enemies over the years.
It's been with a lot of teams, a lot of franchises.
Well, that's probably
why
the reason why.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it was an exciting football weekend, that's for sure. And I went past uptown on Saturday, which was a rainy, miserable day. But the farmers market is still outside.
Yep, I saw in the paper it's going to at least one more session. 2
Yes.
weeks from now.
Yeah.
Outside again.
Yeah, and then they'll after the first of the year they'll go into the no, they're not going to do the Old Dutch Church. They're going to do the Senate House Garage.
Oh, a little more ventilation in there.
Yeah, a little more openness
cool.
too, right? Good. Yeah, space.
Yeah.
So, and that's a great venue for the farmers market because it is so open. It's a garage.
Yeah.
So, but smart to stay out till the outside till the
until
first
it's
of the
like
year.
You're stepping over snowbanks or it's bitterly cold. Why not? I mean,
Right.
you're dressed. The worst part is for the vendors standing there in the cold for 4 hours.
Yeah, that's
but
the truth.
if it's too cold, maybe. Yeah, I guess stuff could freeze. You don't want certain things to freeze because then they get yucky.
Yeah, no, you don't. Yeah, absolutely.
But, hey, whatever. As long as it's working, as long as everyone's, the farmers are selling their stuff and
healthy and safe and
getting their goods, then full speed ahead as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. So,
So speaking of farmers market, yesterday we had a great we had our monthly Elks drive-in dinner.
Oh my gosh, that's already a month.
So we had Chili's. Delicious.
That time flew.
Being the award-winning chili chef that I am, I made it and it was delicious. I think it was good. Yes, a bunch of people said it was good, but
I'm sure it was.
I liked it. Then who cares?
There you go.
I made it. Haven't been reimbursed yet, so it's still my chili.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So did you get a good turnout?
Yeah, we had 42 reservations and ended up selling 70-some things.
Oh, that's great.
Whatever, yeah, we got rid of.
So you
made 9 gallons, 2 ginormous pots, and it all went. So
you plan for more all the time.
yeah, because
You
from
have to.
experience, we were always doing like a third more than what our reservations are.
Yeah, that's good. That's great.
So next month is going to be baked ziti, Italian garlic bread.
That'll
and,
be after the first of the year.
Yeah, with garlic bread and salad.
And the
then
cost
February is jambalaya for
Ooh, that's a good one.
and then shepherd's pie for March for St. Patrick's
You guys
Day.
have your menus all the way out.
Yeah, because we figured it was monthly. That's how we advertised it. Like a couple weeks before we stopped the weekly.
So it's better to
gave out. Yeah, so and it was good. Pretty much everyone that came that made reservations had been doing it, and we had those same little flyers with like the 5 months out.
Yep.
And pretty much it was like, oh yeah, I got it in my fridge, or oh yeah, it's in my date book. So we have a core following, so that's cool.
That's great. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Well, what made me bring up the farmers market thing was, Sunday morning, I go down to Newburgh, to Restaurant Depot, and I'm looking around, and have you ever been to that place?
No.
It's as big as Hannaford, but half of the store is like a walk-in cooler. Like there's fork trucks, and you have to walk. You get run over in that place.
Right.
It is huge. It's got you can buy like deep fryers there, slicers, or they have like a shipping container full of prosciutto hams. It's incredible the amount of food there. The seafood. But some time ago, someone had for our dinners, someone had suggested gyros, and I don't know why. So I was driving down. And I thought of it. I was like, oh, let me look to see if, sadly, most diners and places use the same product. It's frozen. It's, gyro. It's
right.
The strips of the seasoned lamb, the seasoned meat, whatever.
Right.
We can buy the same thing that the Greek-owned diners can. We can serve it the same way. So I was looking for it. And I'm looking, and like right next to it is like whole, rabbit. Whole frozen fresh rabbit.
Ooh.
And I don't know why, but like a few days before that, Ben and I were talking, and it came up, and I was like, oh my God, well, this is a sign. So I bought one, 3-pound rabbit frozen, from a farm raised in Spain, whatever. So I get home, and so I Google like rabbit recipes and clicked on a couple links and here and there. And Russians in Russia, they eat more rabbit than chicken. Like it's huge in Russia, which I didn't know. But I know from like my culinary past, whatever. Hassenpfeffer, German rabbit. Where's my Hassenpfeffer from the old Looney Tunes? Where's my Hassenpfeffer? That was like the old Looney Tunes.
There you go.
And then I know the French are big rabbit. I've seen Julia Child make rabbit when I was a kid. And Italians, I know big rabbit eaters.
Right.
So I'm looking, so I looked up some German. Hassenpfeffer pretty much is like not a lot of recipes from German style rabbit. So I didn't want that because reading the recipe, someone would describe it as sour. So I'm thinking like sour rabbit stew, like sauerbraten.
Yeah.
And looking at the recipes, I was like, no, it's not the flavor I'm looking for. Probably delicious,
but not what you wanted.
So look at some Italian recipes that were similar. All cooked the same manner. Brown them and then cook them in the oven for a while in a sauce. So I settled on a French braised rabbit and white wine with the cream Dijon sauce. So
what do you think, Dan?
We're having rabbit, my son and I.
I think you nailed what Augustine and Elvis make when people ask for rabbit.
Oh, really?
It's mustard cream sauce. Yeah.
Well, it must be, because that was like several versions of the same recipe. So I settled on the James Beard, New York Times recipe. Some from...
now, did you cook it or you haven't cooked it yet?
Tonight.
Oh, tonight's the night.
Okay. I got to get some creme fraiche on the way home from work.
Okay.
But it's apparently the same recipe that the French Laundry uses, the famous restaurant in San Francisco, right there, Napa or whatever it is.
Yep.
I know for a while it was like the best restaurant in the country for a couple of years.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you will replicate that.
Tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
He might have to be a guest chef at Jean Jacques. What do you think?
I don't know.
I think you need one more rabbit.
Yeah. Bring some in tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you're going to be impressed and wish you had more.
Yeah. But it's in a
pretty amazing.
It's IQF, IQF like frozen in an individual thing, like in the vacuum, and it's the plastic is white, so it's not like clear, So I still, it's thawing in my refrigerator right now. So
There
took it
you
out of
go.
the freezer, so we'll see.
Well, we'll have to find out next week how the rabbit went.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a busy morning this morning,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We have Dan Whalen from the Boys and Girls Club at 7:30, and at 8 o'clock we have Carl Brown, and Carl usually brings a guest with him.
Yeah.
So
We certainly got something to talk about.
yeah,
that's for
right. That's absolutely. And then at 8:30 we have Office of the Aging, which is always informative and interesting. And of course we're calling shout 331-9255.
Share your favorite rabbit recipes.
Yes, please do. And I have to mention this, Cameron, and I want to pull it up. So I'm correct. So we received a lot of phone calls this week in the office because there is a scam that's going on. Ooh. Yeah. And what that is that you receive a text and it says a notice from DMV. Every driver's license holder must update their contact. Update now at, and there's a link you hit on. So that is not from New York DMV. Do not update your contact. Do not click on that link. We're trying to get it out. We're trying to get it on our website. There's things, are you Real ID compliant? Gather your documentation and visit a DMV location near you. So they're trying to.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant on the terms of the hacker. It sounds so low key and official. It's not like.
Right. Our records indicate that your contact information must be updated for Real ID compliance. Provide an up-to-date mailing address and phone number.
Ah, that's devious.
Isn't it? Yes. So anything that you get like that, please do not click on the link. Do not answer it. DMV would never contact you that way. The government would never contact you that way.
Whether you're getting taxes, sued by your neighbor, your DMV, your bank, they're never going to call you. They're never going to text you. You're always going to get something in a letter. And if it comes registered mail, it's serious.
Yes, absolutely.
To me, that's like such a cut and dry thing. Like, it's a scam. Like, everything you get on your phone that's a scam.
Yes.
Your bank, there's been illegal activity on your. You can get notifications by text, indicating you of things, but no one's going to call you and say, give us your number because our records show that we got to update, No. No. Always,
so this is another scam.
Wow.
Yeah. There was on.
And it's funny. I just talked to somebody yesterday or so complaining about gee, I haven't got my thing from the state, my license renewal. I was like, well, Uptown Kingston,
thank you,
make
Cameron.
an appointment. With so many people being backlogged and everything, with people that may have done it through the state, that makes it that scam is a little more dangerous because now I've been waiting for 2 months for my registration renewal. Oh, look, a text from the DMV. Maybe this is why it's held up. So that's.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point.
More insidious on the part of those hackers or
yes,
scammers.
absolutely. And right now, the state DMV is so far behind. They've actually reached out to county clerks throughout the state to see if we're willing to take some of that work into our offices.
With a little bit of reimbursement for your overtime.
Well, and it's a lot of, and it's they're doing mail-in for transfer plates, for new registrations, so issuance of plates through the mail, which we tried in the beginning, and trust me, it was a nightmare to try to register a car through the mail, and plus the cost to mail license plates to someone is like $5 for a set of plates, $5 to $8.
Oversized. It's not letter size. Yeah, it's a package.
And plus, on top of it, it's very difficult. Everything comes in, the title's not signed properly, the sales tax form is not filled out correctly, everything has to be mailed back. It could take months to put a car on the road through the mail.
Yeah,
so that's why right now you can actually get an appointment at the DMV to put your car on the road within 3 to 4 days, 5 days.
We did it for my son a month or two ago, whatever, and it took us like 14 minutes at the DMV to change, register it and, get it, we bought it from a guy and super easy. Make an appointment, listeners.
And one of the biggest complaints, thanks, Cameron, one of the biggest complaints we get is the fact that when people are late and then we can't take them. And what individuals need to understand, the appointment system is really organized so that every 15 minutes a new customer comes in. If we start taking customers who are now 20, 25 minutes late, we're not able to continue servicing the public like we should be able to.
And it goes out the window.
And in addition, our system doesn't allow us to give you your booking ticket. So if you're over 15 minutes late, we can't give you a booking ticket. So now you're not in the queue, and it just presents so many problems. So please, if you have an appointment at our DMV, plan on getting there 15 minutes early.
It says it in several places.
It does.
I mean, I think you have to accept that agreement
Yes,
before it even registers, whatever.
Yes, you're right. And
The same for everything.
it should be the same for everything. But people.
Tom Coughlin, the Giants coach. If you're not 5 minutes early, you're late.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
be there.
Absolutely.
You can't, and I've tried to, whatever. Close relatives of mine have. Oh, I got to be there. Work starts at 8, and that doesn't mean you walk in the door at 8.
Yeah.
You got to walk in. You got to
Right.
take your coat off. You got to tie your shoes. You got to.
If you're early, you're
take
on
a sip
time.
of water.
Right.
Exactly.
If you're on time, you're late.
I'm a great believer in that. Of course, Cameron and I did not live by that this morning, but most days
Dan
we
covered for
do.
us,
He did.
But generally, I've never been late to anything in like 30 years.
Yeah,
I
I'm
pride
with you
myself
too.
on my
And plus, it's disrespectful to the individual who's waiting for you, or the meeting that you're going to,
Just
or
think how
your
you-
employer.
Think about how much you hate waiting for somebody.
Right. Yeah. No. Yes. And I have to say, Cameron, on a sadder note, condolences to the Grable family. I've known Jim and Kathleen since our children were little. I've known Jim through his law enforcement days, and as a DARE instructor. And I just spoke to him recently on the phone and saw Kathleen. So just a wonderful, community-minded individual, family man. They're just to Marissa and Tyler, his children. Our condolences go out to you, in our prayers and thoughts. Very sad time for the community. So we're thinking of you, Kathleen.
Yeah, he was very active in several police agencies throughout from
Yes.
Southern County to the whole county, countywide. So
And to the youth,
touched
I
a
mean,
lot of people and
lives, and it is
way
too young.
And he only retired like a year ago, right?
Yeah.
After
years ago.
30 years on
police force, and he
earned
was
it.
doing,
You're heading young and seemingly
Yeah.
healthy. Be the best 20 years of your life right now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, extremely sad. So we send our condolences to them. So, on that note, we're almost at the bottom of the half hour,
So
Cameron.
we should be joined by Jim Whalen. Jim.
Dan, that's okay.
He's the roofer. They're got to be related somehow.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him that. Yeah, Dan Whalen will be here at
Dan.
7:30. The Boys and Girls Club is very busy right now. He's got steak and burger going, and he has
really? You're
a
gonna be able
Christmas.
to do something with
well,
that.
they're doing something at the club. I'll let him talk
Yeah,
about
we'll
it.
let
But
him talk
yeah,
about it. That's
yes,
cool. Something different.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see how they're winding down their year.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing what the office liaison too.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll tell us. But with schools going back to all virtual, I'm sure they're going to pick up during the day. And
Yeah, I know.
let's hope it goes back to regular. It may not.
I don't know. Yeah, probably until the first of the year, we'll see what happens, right? Yeah. A lot of hope with the new vaccine, and
they're rolling
but
out
I think
today,
we have
D-Day in Great Britain. Apparently, Russia has been doing it for a few days. God only knows how safe that. They tested it on some prisoners and some
who
gulag in
knows? I don't
Siberia.
know. Yeah.
I'm pretty certain the requirements for medical testing are a little looser in Russia than it is in the United States.
Yeah, I
or
think
France
so.
or Great Britain. So
Yeah, but you're right. It starts in the UK today, so we'll see what happens there. But
and they were telling quick. We'll probably get to it. 3 of them. Moderna, Pfizer, and the BioNTech or whatever. They've been approved. But there's like 137 other pharmaceutical companies nationwide.
Oh, wow.
Worldwide, rather, working on vaccines from Israel to Argentina.
Yeah, we'd know about them if we belonged to the World Health Organization.
Yeah, right, probably. But there's something better is going to come out. So.
Yep.
Yeah. 7:30.
Good timing, Cam. Nina Postupak and Cameron Rylance. Terrific Tuesday. You're listening to KCR, Kingston Community Radio, on AM 920 and 92.5 FM. It's Tuesday, December 8th, 27 degrees here in uptown Kingston. And today it's going to be cloudy early with some sunshine later in the day, high 37. Tonight, partly cloudy, then mostly cloudy after midnight, a low of 22. Wednesday, cloudy and a few flurries. 17% chance of flurries on Wednesday. Possible, and it's a high of 42. Wednesday night, partly cloudy with increasing clouds overnight, a 15% chance of flurries possible, low of 32. And Thursday, partly cloudy skies, a high of 45. Means partly sunny on Thursday, too. And Thursday night, clear skies with some passing clouds, low of 25.
You're listening to Kingston Community Radio on WGHQ Kingston. On your radio at 920 AM and 92.5 FM, and also online at mykcr.org.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time Shiro to all of us. Now it's time for you, our Shiro, to stretch for the stars. Get free tips to help boost your retirement savings now at aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes,
Their age?
the way they speak.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Do you go all out decorating for the holidays? Snap a photo of your home's decorations and you could win $500. Enter Central Hudson's Holiday Spirit Photo Contest today. If your photo gets the most likes on our Instagram page, you win. Deadline to enter is noon on December 11th. For contest rules and information on how to submit your photo, go to Central Hudson's Instagram page, central_Hudson, or visit centralhudson.com.
Hi, my name's Maggie. I'm from Copic, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
This is Greg Chorvis, and once again, the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund is asking you to help the needy this holiday season. For the last 50 years, the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund has helped less fortunate families have a happier holiday. Look for our collection boxes at the local branches of the Ulster Federal Credit Union, Rondout Savings Bank, the Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, Ulster Savings Bank, and at the Kiwanis Ice Arena in Saugerties. Thank you very much, and have a happy and Merry Christmas.
And thank you for being with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM. This upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is being brought to you by Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, 1099 Morton Boulevard in Kingston, their main office. And let's get back to the on-air studio now with Nina Postapak and Cameron Rylance for this segment of Terrific Tuesday. Welcome back.
And we are back.
Yes, we are.
So I believe I saw you answer the phone. So I believe our next guest, Dan Whalen from the Boys and Girls Club, is on the line with us. Good morning, Dan.
Morning, Dan.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We are great.
How about you?
Outstanding. Every day of life.
There you go. I'm glad you're on time. We were a little late at 7.
We were.
Glad to see you were prompt.
Yeah, this hasn't been the greatest morning, but I made it here on time.
Oh, there you go. Are you at the club?
Yes.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So, what's going on? Nina told me off air you got a whole bunch of things up in the air right now, so why don't you fill us in a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a very hectic is a good word here at the club. We still have our kids, 7:15 in the morning we're here. We're open till 8 at night. We kind of keep having to flip-flop depending on what the districts are doing at both clubs. So, that's been a difficult thing on the staff because it really shifts all their hours. So, it's tough because you could plan things for the next week, and now all of a sudden you're on a different schedule.
Now, I know Kingston went to remote learning yesterday.
Correct.
What's Saugerties' status?
Saugerties is still in hybrid.
They're still in hybrid. Knock on wood. Lucky for Saugerties.
Yes.
So that automatically means you just get a lot busier during the day in Kingston, I imagine, right?
Yes. We're a lot busier during the day because we have more kids. But, I mean, we have the staff, and we have a great staff to handle it. So it's not that. It's more the mental flip. What time am I in? Where am I not? Okay, we got to get back to this schedule. That's where it can be hard. It can be hard on the staff.
Yeah. Now, do you have more kids, shall I say, quote unquote, going to school from the club when they go full? Full remote. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, when you're full remote, you have all the kids. When you're hybrid, you have half and half. Because you can't fill your whole building in hybrid, because if they go back to remote, then you don't have the space for everyone.
Oh, because you have occupancy restrictions?
Correct.
Oh, man. That's
Makes
tough.
it difficult.
Yeah.
Makes it hard.
You have to juggle. And then we have all of our other stuff going on. We're having our steak and burger dinner on Thursday, which is an amazing event. It's going to look, obviously, like everything else in the world, looks a lot different this year. This is an amazing event. We have tons of sponsors. We have take the kids to dinner at the Chateau. There's usually 150 sponsors, 150 kids, 300 people in the room. And what happens is the youth sit with the sponsors. The sponsor eats the burger, and the youth has the steak, as a role reversal. And it's a nice night out for the kids. It's something our kids really look forward to.
Yeah, that's been going on for a long time, hasn't it?
Steak and burger, yes.
It's the 29th year.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, it's a great event, and our kids really look forward to it. It's like one of the highlights of their year. All around, not just that club, but just something they look forward to. And, we wanted to make sure we're doing what we can to make that happen. So we're doing it in-house. We will only have the kids with our contained group that has been around each other, which, it's not how we want it to look, but we didn't want them to not have this opportunity. So we're going through with that on Thursday.
So normally this is a big fundraiser for the club, right?
Yes.
It is, yes.
So how successful was that effort this year? I'm sure you probably had to completely change the way you pitched it or whatever.
Yeah, obviously we're much lower than years past. That's just what this year is all around. Again, making it difficult. But we got great support, and we're happy to have what we have, and we're happy where we are considering what's going on this year.
Well, that's good. Good to hear.
So
so it's just going to be just the kids at the club. How are you feeding them and all that? And chairs and tables. You had to rent chairs and tables and all that.
Yep, we do all that. But also for the food prep portion, once again for the club, Joe Begans and Joe B's has stepped up and is going to come in and prepare it all right out of our kitchen here.
Oh wow, that's big.
Yeah.
Huh.
Joe's been doing it really. Again, we talk about each month all the cooking programs and preparing food for the kids. He's been Joe B's and Joe personally have been huge for us.
I know Joe B's is great. I know him personally.
Yeah, he's wonderful.
Who was the first gentleman you said?
No, I just said Joe. That's Joe. Joe's last name is Began.
Joe's just.
I thought it was Beesmer.
No.
Oh, huh. So it's only him, probably some from the staff too. I mean, he can't do it.
Joe doesn't. We won't have as much of a staff with Joe. There's actually going to be a big effort by Nina Poshback and our board members.
Nina's doing. You're coming in. You're going to man the griddle.
On her little cam. I got to lean.
There you go. That's cool. You peel the potatoes, cut the French fries.
There you go.
The frites.
Now, and then with that said, before Christmas, we're going to do our Christmas dinner for our kids at both clubs. That's where we have our kids out here. We have a dinner together, and kids get their club hoodies, which they love and look forward to. I mean, that's so great. BSN Sports helps us with the hoodies, and they get us the hoodies for the kids, and you see them around the city all year and around Saugerties. I mean, it tends to be some of our kids' favorite clothes.
Yeah.
And, in Kingston, ShopRite is huge. They sponsor it, and they come in, they serve a beautiful spread. And the same thing in Saugerties, but it's Mirabella's restaurant that sponsors our dinner in Saugerties.
Wow.
Yeah, no, they do a beautiful job, ShopRite, I have to say. And for years, the board members used to cook for the Christmas party, and then ShopRite started to do it. And they put out a spread for the kids and desserts, and they even, we had a DJ, and they really do a phenomenal job. So really a shout out to them for all they do at Christmas time for the kids. It really makes a difference. And Marabella's up in Saugerties.
Yeah, they
oh my
serve
gosh,
some
I mean.
nice food.
And they do fundraisers, right, Dan, for you up in Saugerties. They do a phenomenal fundraiser. You should speak about that. I think that's great what they offer. You do that maybe 4 times a year.
Yeah, we do a dinner to go with Mirabella's. The team at Mirabella's and Brendan and Modi are huge supporters of the club. They do so much for us, even behind the scenes. And so
Well,
this
that's
fundraiser is dinner's a go. It's a dinner for a family for 4 for $35. It's only $35, and the 10 for everyone we sell. Brendan donates 10 back to the club.
Well, Brendan's. You spoke quickly. Brendan, what's his name?
Amodio.
And he's the owner of Mirabella?
Correct.
Wow, that's awesome. That's
Yeah. Oh, he is. Yeah, very supportive of the club. Absolutely.
So when that's I'm thinking that's cheap. That's
Yeah,
cheaper than the Elks drive-through dinner.
$35 for a family of 4.
Do you know when the next one of those is scheduled, or?
We don't have one scheduled right now, but hey, Tim, you'll be the first to know when we do.
Well, I hope so, because that's a quick drive to Saugerties for. Yeah, $35.
Yeah.
That'd be like
his
lunch,
food is delicious.
lunch and dinner for a couple days. That'd be all right.
Yep.
So, now does Saugerties Club do a steak and burger type thing? Are they all included, or no?
Doherty's does do a steak and burger. This year we got cramped, just coming down with the way everything landed, and we weren't able to do it. We didn't have the facility like in Kingston and the kitchen and the ability to pull it off there like we are here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's a tough year all the way around, and everything is so different than what we're used to. So, yeah.
And everything, the other thing is you got to be ready to swerve, right? Anything could twist any minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very true. Absolutely. And you had, we just had our poinsettia fundraiser, and that went really well. The poinsettias were beautiful. So those of you who are listening next year, we do that every year. Yeah.
Chris Sesh used to sell them to us when we owned the West Strand Grill. We'd buy a bunch of poinsettias for the behind the bar, but I forgot all about that.
Yeah, so, next year we'll have to, Dan will have to remember Cameron.
Where do you get the poinsettias? Through
The poinsettias come out of MK Greenhouse, which is in Selkirk. Amazing place. I got to go up last year and pick them up. Just like, it was funny, I went up there right after a snowstorm. There's snow everywhere. And then you just walk into this greenhouse of tropical warmth and colorful plants. It's a really, really cool place.
Yeah, that must have looked cool. Bright red with the snow outside. Yeah.
They were beautiful.
Took a couple pictures.
Yeah.
Now, also Christmas trees, right, at Herzog's?
Yep.
Benefit the Boys and Girls Club. And if anyone out there is up in the air about, I hate to say it, Boy Scouts sell Christmas trees out by Caldor or whatever, Burlington. But the Boys and Girls Club trees through Herzog's, they use that stand straight stand.
Oh, yeah.
And they drill a hole. And anybody out there that's listening that doesn't know what the stand straight Christmas tree system is, it's the best thing ever.
It is.
They drill a conical hole right in the center of the trunk, and the stand has a spike, like a significant metal spike on it, sturdy, I'm saying.
Right.
And you get home, you put your stand up, you fill the thing with water, and go boop. If you can see me, you just jab the tree on the spike, and it's perfectly straight, sturdy as heck. No wobble, none of those. Yeah, none of those screw things that always.
Yeah, that the tree never stands straight.
The boys, it's worth it. You may pay, a couple dollars more, but it's worth it.
And once you buy the stand every year, you can just use it.
And it has like a 2-gallon reservoir.
Yes, it does.
The pot is ginormous that the tree sits in. So, if you haven't gotten your tree yet, schlep on down to Herzog's and get a Boys and Girls Club Christmas tree. Far and away the best. It's a system.
I got mine there. It's in my living room. It's they just do a great job there on everything that Herzog's does, and they're so supportive of the club. But just even going there, it's just so easy, right? You pick the tree, they cut it, boom, get it on a car.
They'll put it in the sock, the mesh sock for you.
Yeah, they'll tie it to your car.
The nice kids chuck it up on your roof for you, or jam it in your trunk wherever you want it, and
off you
go.
Away,
yeah, super easy. Go to Hannaford first because you don't want to, have your tree sticking out of your trunk while you're shopping, so get your groceries first and then get your tree and then go home. So
then you're all set, that's for sure. So Dan, come January, again, you're still going to have to really continue doing and handling the club through pandemic, climate and so forth. Do you see any changes come January?
I would love to be someone who's willing to say, I don't know. We keep flipping and everything's changing. I think we've seen every change that we're going to see. because we've done closure. We're virtual. We've done remote. We've done hybrid. So this staff and this team here at the club is ready for whatever comes our way. So, I mean, I'd say at least we're in a good position there. The only thing as a major concern as I'm going through, as you know, Nina, as I'm going through budget times, looking at 2021, I think it's going to be a scary, difficult year for nonprofits. This year there was aid that came through, and there's a lot of opportunities out there, everyone bound in. But
2021
is a grim year.
Yeah, very, very true.
Yeah, like you said, all nonprofits. Heck, businesses, regular, everything.
Well,
it's going to be tough across the board.
Government.
Yeah, Cam, and that's why, an organization like ours that is so well supported and largely supported by the community, you look at, 2021 like, oh, new year. Well, no, I mean, these businesses and everyone has been going through so much that their ability to help and support is now limited. And as well as everything, just kind of dries up the longer it goes.
Yeah, the pie. When the pie gets smaller, the slices get skinny.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
It's a stark reality of what we've had to go through. So
I think one of the positives that came out of this, and you probably can comment to this, Dan, is the collaboration that's happened between a lot of the nonprofits, especially those nonprofits that serve the youth here in the city of Kingston as well as Ulster County. Those partnerships that have come together that maybe otherwise would not have become as strong, and the bond is strong because we all rely on each other so much more through this time. And I've seen it, and I'm sure you can comment on some of the collaboration you've done with the other agencies that really has made the youth, the services to the youth stronger throughout the community.
Yeah, I mean, and we're fortunate that we started this before this happened. I know at least here in Midtown, we're very close connected with the Hodge Center and CCE and family and People's Place, and it's just we have a good thing. We stay in contact with each other, whether even with the Hodge Center, even if it's just or CCE, just about kids and what kids have going on, whether it's about any updates and things that are going on in the community. Through this process, especially with the rules changing often, it's great that we have a little forum where we all get together and talk about what each other is doing and make sure that one of the things is make sure that we're all on the same page, because if someone's doing something different and something goes wrong, you look like the one that was doing something different.
Right.
So, it's been great. It's a great, as execs, it's been a great opportunity to connect and collaborate and see what's the best way to keep our members safe.
Well, yeah. Also, we've all heard the expression. It takes a village, and this is what a village is. Because there's, you are part of a web of overlapping services that help. I mean, kids that go to the club, I'm sure have been, there's, they get assistance or through family, whether, kids go to the Hodge Center and CC, and it's like all these organizations fill or make the web that, touches all these people, everyone in the community, So
right.
It'd be a terrible disservice if you were stuck in your little hole, and family was stuck in their little hole, and creative education was stuck in their little hole. You know what I mean? Less people would be helped.
Yeah.
But by your collaboration, what you just said, your overlap, your communications, it's help. It's the only way you can truly help people. So
right. And then,
keep it up.
You don't want an overlap that creates a duplication of services. When we're all in conversation with each other and working with each other, we're able to use each other's resources. Even I think before the pandemic hit, we had an opportunity where Drew from CCE was coming down and kind of monitoring every once in a while, checking in with one of our older members who's on his energy team. And that our member was leading a dance group here. So it's kind of like opposed to us all trying to recreate everything. Go to the people who do it best and have them help you incorporate what they have in your program.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You need to reinvent everything, just utilize what's there.
Well, I think a great example of that is Thanksgiving time. You and I spoke at one point, and you said there will be so many resources for people on Thanksgiving Day, and of course the club was one of those resources where people could get a Thanksgiving Day meal, and I think that speaks volumes for all the organizations pulling together so that everyone had a Thanksgiving dinner. which is so important, and especially during this time. Yeah.
What did the club do on Thanksgiving?
So we had we were very active in the Saugerties community. We actually delivered over 500 meals to people. And
Holy cow.
But this collaborative was brought to us with Marker Tech, Mark Braunstein, and Tom Strazaria, Diamond Mills, and Kevin Quilty, the community foundations. All came together, talked about what can we do, how can we create these services, how can we make sure. Because the big thing was we wanted to get prepared meals, not just turkeys. Not everyone has the wherewithal how to prepare a turkey, as well as with people being displaced right now, the ability to do it at all.
Sure.
So we worked with them, and we were able to target where people were and how to get them their food.
Wow, 500 meals. That's huge.
That's a lot of meals.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah. I think it ended up being, Cam, I think it was 135 full turkey meals that fed, over 500 people.
Yeah, but so over 100 families wow, that's fantastic.
135.
Wow, that's really good.
And then we did 90 at the Mill, which is a senior living facility in Saugerties, and they were they were so happy. Their contact person just kept telling us about it because a lot of the people that are compromised are older, more vulnerable, so they can't get out as much or can't be around their family for this Thanksgiving. So they were very happy to get a warm, prepared meal. That they weren't able to have before.
Yeah. Certainly a change of pace than the normal, kitchen staff was. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Now, were you able to, get any kids, were any club kids, kids from the Boys and Girls Club able to help in that process at all to, get a taste of volunteerism or, community service?
Yeah, we did have 2 kids. We had 2 kids come and help us to get it out.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
it was fun. I mean, we did, on these times like this, you can't really do too much and have too much going on. You want to make sure you're keeping everyone safe because there's people coming through the door. But we did have two older members volunteer their time to help, carry the meals out and make sure that, people are getting them in the car safely.
Yeah. Why I'm asking is because that's just such a wonderful feeling. Like, when you're knocking on someone's door and say, oh, here's your delivery.
Your meal.
And, as a volunteer to see how, wow, that person's really touched and affected. It's awesome, and to be able to, that's why I asked about, to be able to enable a child to sense that and to see what, it's a life lesson, whatever. So I'm totally into that life lesson for kids type thing. So
yeah, and that's something typically we do. We're 100 miles an hour on it in full speed. Like I said, we limited our numbers this year just because you always fear the unknown right now, and just make sure you don't put someone in harm's way.
Yeah. Now, it was occurring to me a minute ago, and I'm glad to remember. I would imagine, are you guys deemed like essential because of your child care aspect? Are you quote unquote essential?
Yes, that's correct.
Classified as?
Yep.
So you could be higher up in line for a vaccine. So that could be good.
Yes.
Yeah, for your own personal health and
for the kids. Yeah.
Right.
No, absolutely. Yeah, no, for sure. It's amazing. I think also such as like feeding families and so forth. That was really not a mission of the club prior to all of this happening. Before that, yes, you would feed your kids that were at the club and ensure that you'd have meals for them. So this was a whole new venture for you this year, Dan, which you embraced, and it was overwhelming at times, but yet you carried it out, and it's amazing what you've accomplished. And even through March, April, May, when you were feeding families every day and kids every day, definitely wasn't a service that you were used to doing, and you really stepped up and did it well.
Yeah, we really consider ourselves a community organization. Now, when everything's in regular mode, our mission is to provide a safe place for kids and opportunities for success as they move into adulthood or through their teen years. But for us, we see us as a community organization, and when everything flipped, we said, what does the community need? How can we support our community? Because that's what we're here to do. So we had to change, what we were doing. And, I got to be honest. I mean, you hear me say it every month, but the team that we have here is just so on board with the mission. They don't care what it is. They step up. If it's drive around, deliver food, it's drive around, deliver food. My team signed up for typical club job, right? And from 12 noon to 8:30 at night, not 7:15 in the morning like they're all here now. So and there's no complaints, there's no moaning. They're happy, and they're just happy. They're driven on the mission as a community organization.
And it's wonderful that you guys have, you and the board and whatever has the flexibility to change your mission. Because your mission statement does not say anything about delivering turkey dinners. So your flexibility is commendable, and your willingness to help. It's awesome. It's from bottom up to the top down. Everyone has to be on board. So that's a testament to your efficacy as a leader, and your board supporting you, and your staff supporting your staff. So it's great. It's refreshing to hear, and it's a great positive story. So that's awesome.
A lot of teamwork that
Good
goes
job,
into it.
Dan. Thank you.
We got a great team.
You do, and it doesn't happen without having that great team all working together. Who benefits the most? The kids, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So, yeah. And you always, I have to say, Dan that's his goal all the time, every day. And, Dan doesn't sleep. No one knows that, but Dan never sleeps. Do you, maybe a couple hours a night, because Dan goes 24/7. I don't know when you sleep, but you must get some in there. You don't. You're amazing. You put in a lot of hours, Dan, and the community's very thankful for that.
Well, Nina, I'd like to take credit for it, but I tell my staff all the time, it's like, you guys think I do a good job, but I'm just up 3 hours before you, and I mess up 3 times before you get in. I just get it right before you get here.
Oh, well,
I don't know if I'm not sleeping so much because I'm doing a great job, or because I'm cleaning up my mistakes.
No, you're very humble.
The end result is the net positive. So, but So, we only got about a minute left. Is there still any sponsorship opportunities or anything for the steak and burger dinner, or support in general? Why don't you give us a phone number or website or something?
Yeah, yes, definitely always support for Steak and Burger, and we also have our end of the year donation drive going on. Letters are out, emails are going out. I believe it's going out today to everyone. It's a very, very important end of the year give. Like I said, going into 2021, we don't know what fundraisers we'll be able to have or what capacity they'll be at. So, the support of the club right now in this end of the year event is crucial to what we're going to be able to do and provide next year for our kids, especially in the first couple months. So, anyone interested in supporting the club through a donation, they could go to our website, which is www.bgclubsulstercounty.org. And right on the front page is a donate button, and you can donate you can make it specific to your community. It can be to the Kingston Club, to the Saugerties Club. Well, to be honest, this one is the one I've been looking at all year that could really make a difference. And this last month is going to see what we can do for the first quarter of 2021. And like I said, it's a big concern of mine.
Yep. Well,
everyone who's listening, yes.
And heck, next time we talk to you, it's going to be the new year. It'll be 2021. So. Good luck. Have a very happy holiday season. Keep up the good work. And, just try to stay safe,
Yes,
and,
be safe.
All of our best to you and the club, So
thank you so much, Dan.
I'll see you soon, Nina.
Yeah, I will see you.
You got to keep us posted on that Mirabella to-go dinner, because I love me some.
My first phone call as soon as I talk to Brendan.
All right. I love me some Italian food. So awesome. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
man.
Dan.
Be safe.
Take care, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye now.
I get tired listening to him. He
is. He's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Guy. Very good guy. So, look at that. We're about the top of the hour. So we'll be back, and we may have a birthday or two.
Oh, I hope we do.
We'll be back with Carl Brown. So, Dan, why don't you take us to the break?
Thank you, Cam, and thank you, Nina. And special thanks to Dan Whalen, Boys and Girls Club of Ulster County. KCR is Kingston Community Radio, WGHQ, AM 920 and 92.5 FM. It's 8 o'clock a.m. It's Tuesday, December 8th, and 28 degrees here in uptown Kingston. Mid-Hudson Valley weather and forecast. Today, cloudy early with some sunshine later today. A high of 37, and tonight, partly cloudy, and then mostly cloudy after midnight, low down to 22. Wednesday, cloudy with a few flurries or snow showers possible. High of 42. And Wednesday night, partly cloudy with increasing clouds overnight, and that little 15% chance of flurries possible also Wednesday night. Low 32. And Thursday, partly cloudy skies, a high of 45. And Thursday night, clear skies with some passing clouds, low 25. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Kingston Community Radio on WGHQ Kingston. On your radio at 920 AM and 92.5 FM, and also online at mykcr.org.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute. Hey, Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute. Dad, your lunch will be ready in just a minute.
Hey, honey, why don't you take a minute? When you help care for a loved one, you give them as much time as you can. But it's just as important to take time for yourself. AARP can help. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. That's aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Do you go all out decorating for the holidays? Snap a photo of your home's decorations and you could win $500. Enter Central Hudson's Holiday Spirit Photo Contest today. If your photo gets the most likes on our Instagram page, you win. Deadline to enter is noon on December 11th. For contest rules and information on how to submit your photo, go to Central Hudson's Instagram page, central_Hudson, or visit centralhudson.com.
This is Tony Marmo. Many families in our area will not have a happy holiday, and the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund will help them. We are asking for your contribution to purchase children's clothes, toys, and food for seniors. You can drop off your contribution at the Boyce Brothers Dairy Milk House on O'Neill Street in Kingston. Thank you so much.
And thank you, listeners, and everyone involved for making the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund the most successful it's been in its history. You're listening to WGHQ AM 920 and 92.5 FM. The last portion of Kingston Community Radio was brought to you by Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, 1099 Morton Boulevard in Kingston. This upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by the Kingston Lions Club, serving the Kingston-Ulster County area since 1941. Call them at 901-9067, 901-9067. Well, let's get back to the on-air studio with Nina Poshapak, Cameron Rylance, and our new guests are online as well.
All right. Well, before Carl, good morning, but we need you to hang on for just a moment because we have the old birthday, Boyce Brothers Dairy birthday cow pie giveaway. So today, December 8th, we only have one birthday. So Nina, why don't you read our lucky recipient?
I will. Would you please wish John Humphreys a happy 33rd birthday on December 8th from Sue and Bill Keating. Thanks for your time. Enjoy the holidays and be safe. Happy birthday to John. And guess who the winner of the cow pie is?
You are the winner. You won a Boyce Brothers Dairy cow pie, so please go pick it up at 62 O'Neill Street and fill up your fridge with their delicious dairy products and enjoy your day. So, everyone knows how to send their birthdays in. So we're going to move right along. We got two guests on the radio, or on the line. So, Carl Brown, good morning.
Good morning,
how are
Carl.
you?
Good morning, Nina, and good morning, Cameron. How you guys doing? I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving.
We did.
Yes,
I hope
yes.
you as well.
All right, fantastic. Hey, I have with me today Katie Conrad. She was on prior a few months ago, and I just wanted to bring her back to give us an update. Katie is owner of the Kingston Co-op. That's on Broadway. That's a new...
The food co-op.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been waiting to hear about this.
Well, we promised you an update. And
Good.
Katie is on the line, and we'd like to give everyone an update, especially during this pandemic.
Yeah, excellent.
Good morning, Katie. How you doing? Hello, Katie. Is Katie on?
Her phone is on. I'm not sure. I thought she said Shakira.
What's that again?
I'm sorry. I have her on, but it doesn't look like anybody's on the line.
Ooh, okay. Well, we're going to have to wait till she gets on the line.
Yeah.
But anyway, So I hear you guys had a nice discussion here with the boys club there.
Yeah,
about
Dan
a lot
Whalen.
of,
Yes.
Busy guy.
Yes.
Community action. While we're waiting for your
Yeah,
guest.
we were talking about you last week, Carl, with community action.
Yeah, I would please suggest that the guest call back again.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Shoot
might
her
have lost her
text.
during the break.
All right, fantastic. Well, let's talk about community action. What were we
Well, do you want to
talking
shoot her a text or give her? Well, we got her. So looks like Dan's giving us a thumbs up right now. So.
So we saw community action had new board members that were just elected or went on the board, and so you start a new season shortly with community action, and it's been a very busy year for you, right, Carl?
Yes, it has. It really has. It really has. And the nice thing is that, we're trying to do as much as we possibly can for this pandemic. But one good thing to let all of your listeners know, we did get another round of the CARES Act money, which is really important because that's going to help us help people who are sitting under certain poverty guidelines, to help them with rental assistance, to help them with utility assistance. Now, that's a very important one because, see, a lot of people don't understand. There's elders that are in some of these elderly places on homes and stuff like that who fit under those guidelines. And that extra $30, $40 a month, whatever they're contributing or paying for their utilities, that money could be in their pocket.
Groceries.
And guess
Yes.
what?
Yeah.
When it's in their pocket, they get around into the community and they start spending that money somehow, some way.
Yep.
And that what is part of what contributes to a active or healthy economy, re-spending money back into the economy. So
Now, Carl, Dan's
that's-
giving me the thumbs
that's gonna
up. Your guest has joined us.
Okay, fantastic. Katie, I don't know what happened to you. How are you doing, Katie?
Hi, good morning. It's actually not Katie. It's Siobhan from the Kingston Food Co-op. Katie was having an issue getting on, so she said to just go for it. So,
Excellent.
Okay.
Well,
Hi,
Siobhan. How are you?
Welcome. And why don't you give us an update, Siobhan, on what's going on with the Kingston Co-op. We're kind of interested in what's happening, and I know you guys are trying to do some stuff during the pandemic, and I know you're trying to help out some of the disproportionate communities, the Black and Brown, Latino, and disproportionate communities in the Ulster County area. Could you give us an update?
Totally. So in the month of December, we're having a membership drive and fundraiser. So we're trying to add on about 20 more Solidarity members, and we have Solidarity memberships, which are low and no-cost memberships. They're free for people of color, no matter what their income is, and anybody who self-identifies as low income can join for $0 or $15 if they wish. And so we're having a fundraiser to support these memberships that we're able to give away for low and no cost. And that's in an effort to remove any economic barriers to joining the co-op. We want everybody to become a member if they'd like to, and we don't want finances to be an issue. So this month we're having a membership drive, and we currently have over 940 members. I didn't add our new people in who joined last night, but we have over 945 members, and 130 of them are Solidarity members. So we're trying to get our Solidarity number up to 150 this month, and yeah, that's our membership update.
So how personally, I'm interested in becoming a member. How does one go about participating in this membership drive and becoming a member? Are there levels of membership? Are there, could you give us some background?
Yeah, totally. So if you want to become a member, you can go to our site, kingstonfoodcoop.com/join. And if you want to fill out if you speak Spanish, the link is kingstonfoodcoop.com/membresía. And our form is super short. You just sign up that way. And then it prompts you to a page to submit your first payment. Of course, if you're joining through the Solidarity option, that part is on the membership form. And if you're already a member and you want to support, like make a donation to our Solidarity Fund so that people can join for low or no cost, we have a whole section on our website, and when you click Solidarity, and you can read about basically what the Solidarity Share is and why it's an option for people and that sort of thing. So yeah, on our website, you can join, you can make a donation, you can read about our core values, which drive everything that we do, and they were created by our members. Yeah.
So, Siobhan, what is, so is there only, one level of membership, and what does that cost? Is it monthly? Is it annual?
Okay, sorry, I forgot to. Sorry for not clearing
That's
that.
right. Hey, that's why that's why we pay attention. Trying to get the
Gives us a job.
Yeah, we're trying to help you get the info out, and I want to know because I want to do it.
Yes, totally. So membership, the full price of a membership is $150, and that's a one-time total that members pay, and then their membership is good and active for life. We don't have like a yearly or monthly membership cost for people to join. But we realize that $150 is a lot for some folks. So we have payment plan options.
Oh.
And, so you can choose to pay $10 a month, $25 a month, $30. Really, it's whatever works for you. Like if none of those options work for people, we can do whatever works for them. And all membership levels are the same no matter what price you paid for it. So whether you paid $0 or $50 or $150, all membership benefits, rights, etc. are the same. So we only have one level of membership.
All right.
And that's part of our core values is to keep everything equal. Like each member holds the same value, the same voice, and that sort of thing. We want it to be as inclusive as possible.
Yeah. Now, you're not open yet, are you? The retail portion of it?
No, we're not open yet. Our location is 708 Broadway. It's the former Honda building on Broadway in Kingston.
Yeah.
Yep. We're not open yet, but we have entered our community design phase. So there's a building development committee that's been meeting every 2 weeks. They submitted their request for proposals, and we'll begin working with an architect next year. And we're hoping for construction to begin either in the spring or mid next year. And that's going to take several months. But yeah, we're not open yet, but we are in the process of making it happen.
So would it be fair to say you're gunning for the end of 2021?
Yeah, I think end of 2021 or early 2022.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Now, will you have to display like a membership card, or we have to check in upon entering type thing? Do you know?
Yeah, our store is going to be open to members and to the public, so anyone can shop there. We want to be able to offer our members, discounts and we want to be able to hold different member-only events. Our members will have the opportunity, I should say, to run on our council and be a part of our governance structure. And those are some perks that we want to be able to offer our members. And those might expand, when we open.
Yeah.
We're not sure yet. But, anybody can shop at the co-op. It'll be open to the public. And, as we get closer to in our building phase and everything like that, I'm sure we'll work out a way to have all our member data. We have all our member data in a software system, but we'll be able to integrate that into our stores too. So that
I guess what Cameron was asking Siobhan, are you guys planning on providing maybe a card to identify the members as well as the non-members, so that when they're shopping, you can identify who the members are?
I I think so, but to be totally honest, I don't know if that's the way that it'll go. It makes sense, but we may be able to do it another way, like first and last name or phone number or something like that. I don't know if you've ever stopped at like.
And you might already be doing this, Siobhan, but are you sharing this information with other nonprofits and other businesses throughout Ulster County, or?
You mean the information about like joining and our low and no cost memberships?
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. We are. And a lot of the local businesses and nonprofits have supported us, and we're super thankful for that.
Okay.
Now,
because there's a Kingston Currents also that's going on. I was wondering if you were going to start sharing the current at your shop also. I'm pretty sure you will be.
Are you referring to the Hudson Valley Current?
Yes.
Yeah, so we actually accept currents. You can pay for your membership with currents.
Oh.
And when our co-op is open, we will also accept currents.
Fantastic, because we're doing that also with Community Action, and I think that's a good program also. Again, how do people get to know you guys? Where are you at? What's your website? One more time, so that our listeners can
Totally.
dial into
Our
that.
website is kingstonfoodcoop.com, and you can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Kingston Food Co-op, and you'll see like updates with our council and different events that we're at. Of course, there's not many events happening now, but like different outreach things that we're doing to still be involved in the community. And also, that's where we share a lot of our information on questions that you guys ask, for example, like how membership works and how our solidarity memberships, how those work and things like that. So definitely check out our social media, and you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Kingston Food Co-op.
Yeah.
Kingston City Co-op.
Siobhan, just one last question for me, anyway.
I got
We're
more.
on the phone.
I got more. Come on.
What would want to make someone shop at the Kingston Food Co-op as opposed to, let's say, going to a ShopRite or a Aldi's or?
That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. So what would make someone want to shop at the co-op is that we're going to be focusing on sourcing things as locally as possible. So the food, we're going to primarily try to keep it locally sourced. And we have so many growers and producers in the Hudson Valley. But for a lot of folks, it's not easy to access them. Or, a lot of times the word local can be or is seen as synonymous with like expensive, and we really want to dismantle that and make high quality, fresh, nutritious food affordable and accessible to our community. So that's one reason to shop at the co-op. The other reason would be that we're really trying to create a community, and every member is an owner, so it's different than just walking into a ShopRite or a Walmart where you're just a customer. But as a member, you are supporting the creation of a grocery store in Midtown in Midtown Kingston, I should say, where access to fresh food is pretty limited. So that's I think the two biggest things for me as a person growing up in Midtown, why I'm excited for the co-op to come and why I'm super excited to be a member of the co-op.
Yeah, and that's a great thing that you're doing, because a lot of people, especially the underprivileged people, that the solidarity people that you're talking about, these memberships, to have them have access to fresh food is something that is really, really, really a great idea here, because we normally see fresh food or good food as being more expensive than some of the canned goods that you see around there. But I like the idea that you're trying to keep everything local here, similar to what Currents is doing, trying to keep the currency local, but you're keeping everything local for the local economy stuff that are growing right here and keeping the money here local. So you and
also,
Hudson Valley Currents are just lined together so much, and I didn't want to throw you a curve. I just thought I'd bring it up here.
Oh yeah, no, you're right, and we're happy. It's awesome that we're able to partner with them because our values are definitely aligned between the co-op and Hudson Valley Current. But I just also want to add that by shopping local, really cuts down on the environmental impact that our food system creates. When you're able to eat a head of lettuce that was grown maybe 10 miles away versus 2,000 miles, it's a huge difference on the impact that it has on our planet, and that's part of our core values as well, is trying to be sustainable and responsible socially and environmentally, et cetera. So that's just another reason to support the co-op.
Yeah. All excellent reasons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Siobhan, what is your involvement in the organization?
Have you guys ever thought about a delivery service also, similar to what Meals on Wheels actually does? But when you're talking about fresh food like this, have you guys thought about that?
About doing like a grocery delivery system?
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't had that conversation with my coworker Katie, but I mean, it's certainly in the times that we're living in, it will probably be a conversation that comes up just for the safety of our members. And like I said, we're not open yet, so a lot of these conversations will happen as we get closer to opening and as we have vendors lined up and things like that. But that's a good idea that I'll definitely talk to her about, and I think it would be a really cool feature to offer our members.
Yeah, unfortunately, there'd be a cost involved with that, and along with everything.
Right.
But now, Siobhan, what is your involvement? Are you like an officer of in the board or a board member, or what's what hat do you wear?
I'm the outreach. I'm a member and the outreach coordinator for the Kingston Food Co-op. So I actually joined through the Solidarity this summer before I worked at the co-op. Before they were hiring, I became a Solidarity member, which I was so excited because I was, I couldn't afford to pay that money, but I was still able to join, thankfully. So yeah, I was a member first, and then became the outreach coordinator for the Kingston Food Co-op.
Excellent. Now, months ago, Carl brought on another woman, a cat.
Katie?
Yeah. What is she the spearhead, or can you explain, who's at the helm of this organization?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so that would be Katie. She's the founder and now director of the Kingston Food Co-op.
But Katie, what's her name? Her last name?
Sorry?
What's her last? Katie what?
Katie Condra.
Condra. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Katie Condra. She's the founder and director. So our staff right now is just Katie and I. She's the director. I'm the outreach coordinator. And then we work with our council, and so there's 4 people on our council.
Excellent.
And and so our council, we lean on them to make decisions, and they bring so many ideas to the table. And I actually I don't work as closely with the council as Katie does, but yeah, that's like our team.
Excellent. Now, do you like the Kingston Food Co-op? Do they own that building there, or is it leased, or how?
Yeah, it's we own it now.
Awesome.
Oh, that's great.
We are not going into opening with any debt, so we're super thankful for that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that is.
Just to give you a quick up, Cameron and Nina, Peter Buffett had purchased this for her
through the Novo Foundation community.
Through the Novo Foundation,
yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
They've been the brief time they've been here. They've been very
generous.
good stewards to our community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, Siobhan, you said you're a Kingston girl?
Yeah, I grew up in Kingston from age 5 and up, and I still live in Kingston. So yeah, and Midtown too. So this is a great addition to my home and my community.
Now, what do you have a background? You were I don't want to say well versed in the carbon footprint of our current agricultural system. the food, the food deserts that exist in most cities, the disparity between poor diets of lower income people because of the ease of convenience store food and that. What is your background? Like, what really turned your juices to get this thing, to be involved in the co-op?
Good question. So after I graduated college, I worked at the Kingston YMCA Farm Project, which is a youth development program that I was part of in high school, and I came on board as the youth advocate after graduating college, and so that really gave me a good foundation and understanding of our local food system and just the disparities in our community and how important access to fresh food is, and the impact on the quality of life. And I grew up in Midtown, but I had a lot of privilege that a lot of people around me didn't. Like, I had a 2-parent household and we had cars, so we were able to go out and do our food shopping elsewhere. But for the people that I grew up around that weren't as fortunate, they were really limited to just what was in the area, which is bodegas and corner stores and fast food and that sort of thing. So I was always aware of like the disparities and that became even more clear to me after working at the Y, and also just seeing how important it is to teach our youth about where our food comes from, and also empowering them to grow their own food, because that's what the Kingston YMCA Farm Project does. All the youth grow the food that is distributed in the community at the farm stands and et cetera.
Yeah. No, well, I think I think it's commendable that a young woman.
Absolutely.
It's like so many people go to high school, go to college, and leave Kingston. I commend you for coming back and truly putting your boots on the ground to make Kingston a better place. And help the youth outreach and all that you're doing. I find that commendable, and you should be proud of yourself. So
absolutely,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, it's very important.
Yeah, no.
As Carl frequently says, we need to bring jobs and people back to our community, and this is a perfect example of, young person coming back to the community and creating you're creating a business that will hopefully be profitable for you. It'll help our community. It will, all members of our community, near and far, young and old, whatever. This is part of the success of our community. And Carl, I don't know if you had thought of that while you asked Siobhan on, but you were always our jobs guy.
Yes, advocate.
And, Siobhan is poised to create employment opportunities in the future, and whatever. It's just a lot. It's
fantastic.
Awesome. So
and thanks for bringing it up, Cameron and Nina. It brings a smile on my face, but you know what? That's what we're here to do. And the more and more I see this, I watched a movie the other night, Rocky, and it went something like this. When he got in the room, it was Creed. He always said, one step, one punch, one round, one at a time. And that's the way we need to look at our jobs and stuff like that. One business, one nonprofit, one person that we're saving. You know what? Basically, it's contributing to a healthy community.
Yeah.
And I thank you so much, Siobhan, for being on. I tell Katie, thank you so much for all the hard work that you're doing. We look to supporting you guys. One last question, real quick, and it's either a yes or no, or I don't know. Are there any income guidelines for those solidarity folks, the disproportionate people, to be members of this organization?
Oh, that's a great question. So we don't ask for people to show us any income statements or any proof. We ask people. It's the honor system basically. So we're asking people to make an honest assessment on what they can afford. And I'm happy you brought that up, because on our website, when you click become a member, we do have a chart, and it basically says which price is right for me, and things that you should consider aside from just your income, like your education level, your earning power, or whether or not you have trouble buying groceries at the store, and all these different things that you can take into account when you decide what price is right for you. And so, for the short answer, no, we don't have any income restrictions. It's an honest assessment that we're asking people to do. And because, like I said, we want people to join, and we don't want finances to be a barrier in doing so. So, yeah, we don't ask for any proof or anything like that. We just ask people to be honest with themselves.
That's great.
It's a way to live every day.
Yes.
So, Siobhan, we have to go. So, thank you so much for your time.
Yes. So informative, and thank you, Carl.
Carl, thank you very much. And next time,
welcome, guys.
It'll be the new year next time we talk to you.
Yes,
so,
have a wonderful holiday.
Absolutely.
Be safe, everyone.
Everybody have a happy holidays, and please do me a favor, be safe, you guys. Okay?
Yes.
I'm watching you on TV right now.
All right.
All right.
All right, Carl. Thank you. Siobhan, thank you so much. All right.
All right,
You guys take care. Happy holidays.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Siobhan. Bye-bye.
Okay, and thank you, Nina Postapak, Cameron Rylance, and a very, very special thanks from Siobhan at the Kingston Food Co-op, and, of course, Carl Brown, Kingston Community Action. You're listening to WGHQ AM 920 and 92.5 FM, 7:31 a.m., Tuesday, December 8th, and 28 degrees here in Uptown Kingston. And we've got the Mid-Hudson Valley weather and forecast one more time. Today, it's going to be cloudy early with some sunshine late, a high of 37. Tonight, partly cloudy, then mostly cloudy after midnight, a low of 22. Wednesday, cloudy with a few flurries, snow showers possible, 17% chance of that in, selected areas. High 42. Wednesday night, partly cloudy with increasing clouds overnight and 15% chance of flurries possible in selected areas. Low of 32. Thursday, partly cloudy skies with a high of 45, and Thursday night, clear skies with some passing clouds, a low of 25. And we'll be right back. This last portion of Kingston Community Radio was brought to you by Kingston Lions Club, serving the Kingston-Ulster County area since 1941. Call them, 845-901-9067 for more information.
You're listening to Kingston Community Radio on WGHQ Kingston. On your radio at 920 AM and 92.5 FM, and also online at mykcr.org.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute. Hey, Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute. Dad, your lunch will be ready in just a minute.
Hey, honey, why don't you take a minute? When you help care for a loved one, you give them as much time as you can. But it's just as important to take time for yourself. AARP can help. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. That's aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Do you go all out decorating for the holidays? Snap a photo of your home's decorations and you could win $500. Enter Central Hudson's Holiday Spirit Photo Contest today. If your photo gets the most likes on our Instagram page, you win. Deadline to enter is noon on December 11th. For contest rules and information on how to submit your photo, go to Central Hudson's Instagram page, central_Hudson, or visit centralhudson.com.
This is Tony Marmo. Many families in our area will not have a happy holiday, and the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund will help them. We are asking for your contribution to purchase children's clothes, toys, and food for seniors. You can drop off your contribution at the Boyce Brothers Dairy Milk House on O'Neill Street in Kingston. Thank you so much.
And you're listening to Kingston Community Radio, WGHQ AM 920 and 92.5 FM, Tuesday, December 8th, and 28 degrees here in Uptown Kingston. And thank you for being with us throughout the day and every weekday from 7 to 9 a.m. And this upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Rondout Savings Banks. A powerful community bank is one that has leaders that are involved in their community. Rondout Savings Bank, always working for you and our community with branches in Kingston, West Hurley, and Hyde Park, also online at rondoutbank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Now let's go back to Nina Poshapak and Cameron Rylance for this last segment of A Terrific Tuesday. Welcome back.
And we are back with Sue Copenhaver, the director of the Ulster County Office of the Aging. And welcome. How are you?
I'm good.
So nice to have you in the studio.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Glad to be here.
So you have handouts and you have newsletters and notes.
To myself.
Looks like you've got some stuff to list.
Yes, I'm
lay on
hoping that we can clear up some questions that we've been getting calls from in the office. Our office is 340-3456. A lot of people have been calling with all sorts of questions. A lot of legal stuff lately, interestingly enough. A lot of am I going to get evicted kind of things. I'm being evicted. Do you have a lawyer? Well, our lawyer just, for information's sake, comes to the office and she deals with wills, powers of attorney, healthcare proxies, things like that. Not landlord, not housing, not, she may do that in her private practice, but what we contract with her for is not for that. So just to straighten that out. But
That's a good point, because I know many times, and I don't mean to interrupt you here, but many times seniors call our office and with legal questions, and we direct them to you. So that's something very good to know. So your attorneys handle powers of attorneys, healthcare proxies, and wills.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anything other than that, really, they should not be calling your office.
Right, and the legal services of the Hudson Valley is a huge organization that can help folks with a myriad of different issues, including civil issues. We don't really contract for that. So
good information.
And also a lot of seniors are always asking about Medicaid applications. So I think our particular attorney does do that privately, and there are other attorneys too who do that around the village and around the town and around the county. But we have very specific reasons for folks coming for legal advice.
Sure.
We do ask for a donation, but we don't solicit. So if people can't afford it, but they still need it, they come to us. So, because we get funded by the county and the federal government for offering legal services. There are certain things that we offer that the feds pay for. That's one of them. Some parts of things that we do are paid for by the federal government. Some parts are split up between the state and the county. So we do have to offer certain things. ISEP and caregiving, it's all kind of bundled together, but, so it has to be limited in scope.
Right.
Because we can't do everything.
You can't do wills and all
No, we
that.
do wills.
Really?
Wills, power of attorney, healthcare proxies, things like that.
Wow. That can
Advice
get
like that.
complicated. That's
It is complicated, but that is something that,
Yes.
for seniors especially, they need to get
Absolutely.
into place before they can't anymore. So one of the things that we have been getting calls about are driver's licenses and seniors saying, I don't think I can drive anymore, which is probably a good thing.
It is.
And what do I do? So I'm hoping that my colleague here from the county, Nina, can give a little bit of an explanation for that.
Sure, absolutely. So as a senior, many people, as you said, come into the office. They no longer want to drive, but they need identification. They want to travel. So a non-driving ID is for that purpose. Now, a non-driving ID can become real ID compliant, or you can get an enhanced non-driving ID. And what that will do is it'll allow you to travel domestically, enter federal buildings, and if you decide to go enhanced non-driving ID, it will also allow you to travel to Canada, Mexico, Bermuda, Bahamas by land or sea. You cannot fly out of the country with it.
You still need a passport for that, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
If you're going to, yes, and if you have a passport, you may not want to have your non-driving ID upgraded to real ID or enhanced driver's license, because you can use your passport to travel domestically or to go on a cruise, which we hope we all can do someday again, or whatever the case may be, or drive to Canada. So,
Can't even play basketball there.
if you come into the yeah, you can. I know. So if you come into the office, you would hand in your New York State driver's license, and we would issue you a non-driving ID, And then based on what you wish to do at that point, we could upgrade it to an enhanced or real ID. If you decide to upgrade to enhanced or real ID, you would need your birth certificate, and it cannot be a hospital birth certificate, must be issued from the registrar. You would need your social security card, and you would need one proof of your physical legal address. And then that would allow us either to put enhanced driver's non-driving ID or to do a real ID. But you need to bring that documentation to be able to do that. If you decide you just want a straight non-driving ID, then you can come in and we'll just do an exchange for your driver's license to a non-driving ID.
Oh, okay.
Standard. New picture is required when you do come in, so it is an in-person transaction. And the fee is substantially less. I believe for seniors, the fee for a non-driving ID is $10,
Oh, that's
as
great.
opposed to a driver's license, which is $64.50. And if you get an enhanced driver's license, it's $94.50.
Wow,
So it's
okay.
considerably less for a senior to get a non-driving ID.
Question for myself: a non-driver ID is still like you get a card, right? Still looks like your, driver's license.
It looks
picture?
exactly like a driver's
Okay, all right.
license.
So
It
you
just
have a
says
something in your hand,
non-driving.
all right.
It just says non-driving.
Okay.
Yep.
So then you can still get on a plane. You still have a legal
Cash a check
piece,
or rent a
exactly.
car,
And
or
a
not
lot
rent
of
a car.
people don't drive, but they still can travel,
Need
or
ID.
they still need an ID.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get away from it,
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't do passports. So,
Right.
this is a question that's come up before, and certainly with our population that's aging, and they make a decision not to drive anymore. They have a partner. This guy had called. He still drove, but his partner can't drive anymore, or his wife, or whatever she was. And she had some kind of disease that, it was just inevitable that she wasn't going to be able to travel. And he said, this is our last chance to get out of New York. I want to move to out west somewhere, but she needs an ID and we can't find her license and she can't drive. All of these complicated stories that we hear, and we want to be able to give them the right information. I personally want to know for myself, what's the difference between real and enhanced? I have a passport, so that's not an issue, and I'm going to get a new one because I really want to go to Europe. I was supposed to go last year and never made it, so come on already. I want to travel again.
I know.
So it's good to
Even for
know that.
domestic flights, you still need enhanced or whatever ID.
Or real ID, yeah. So, and the other thing is, which is, it's good you brought this up, is that the federal government, because of the pandemic, has extended the deadline to obtain a real or enhanced driver's license to October 2021. So you can still fly domestically
Okay.
with your standard driver's license or
Right.
standard non-driving ID till October of
Oh, that's good to know,
2021.
too. That's
Yes,
great.
because the original deadline was October 2020.
That's what I thought,
Yeah,
yes.
the difference is, right, you get a star or something?
What do you have?
Yep.
I don't know. I think that's
You have a
enhanced, right?
star.
You have a star. So,
Wow.
no, the American flag is enhanced. The star is real.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
a real person, Cameron.
Apparently so. Feels like it. My scale says I'm a real person every day.
And Nina's a patriot.
I'm a patriot with
No, that's
the American
full
flag.
on. That's the higher level. That's like having a passport, right?
Well,
Yours
except
is?
you
Not
cannot
for
fly out of the
international.
country, right?
Oh, you still need a passport for international? Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
you cannot fly out of the country with this. You can drive out of the country to Canada with this, or you can cruise to Mexico, Bahamas, whatever the case may be. But you still would need a passport to fly.
Let's say
out
you
of-
wanted to cruise across the ocean. Who would ever do that? And I
Well,
don't
yeah.
know. I know people used to do it, but you still need a passport, right? Okay.
Yes, once you go, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
once you're
This
crossing
is only
the
for,
ocean.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yes.
All right. So thank you for that. That was good and easy to understand. And
And of
you
course,
know.
so they can call the office 340-3040, and we'll be more than happy to answer any of their questions.
And explain once real quick the way of making appointments. I know at one point I was trying to help, you and I were trying to help somebody make an
Right.
appointment, and there was this grid, and I couldn't get it. Then you said it was open. So tell us about that a little bit.
Sure. So you can go on the Ulster County Clerk website, and you don't even need our website address. You can just Google Ulster County Clerk, click on the link, and then there it says make a DMV appointment. It's right on our main page there. You click on that, and there's 5 options there, from something like an enforcement transaction to the renewal of a driver's license to putting a new registration. So if you have a driver's license transaction, we suggest you pick, there's 2 categories, standard, real ID, or enhanced. So based on what type of transaction you wish to do, if you're doing a non-driving ID, it's still considered a driver's license transaction. So you would pick that category, and then you click on first available appointment, and up will pop all those available appointments. Click on a time slot and a day that you want, and then you put in some pertinent information such as your name, phone number, and an email address, and you'll get a booking number. When you confirm it, you'll get a booking number. That's what you need when you come into the DMV. And as we were saying before, please come 15 minutes early, because if you miss your appointment, we cannot fit you in. We just cannot do it. It's impossible for workflow and so forth. So anyway, and you will get that booking number. Now, for some reason, you lose the booking number, we have an employee there that you can just check in by your name. Wonderful. You don't need the booking number.
Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
I'll pass that along to folks in the office, because we really do get a lot of calls about that. We also do get calls about heat. I may have talked about this before, but it is getting colder, and people need heating and energy. It stands for Heating and Energy or Assistance Program, but a lot of people who have been qualified for HEAP in the past will renew every year. So we tend to get more people. It's like, I just moved here. I know this is my income level. I need help with my oil tank, or I need help with kerosene, or whatever it is for heating. So call our office and talk to the New York Connects people. They will be able to start an application for you. One of the things that we're able to do in our office, even though HEAP is sort of a social services function, we can start the process for them to get them going for the year. So that started in November, and I think emergency HEAP starts in January. So it's already started. We have less than we've had in the past, but that may be because people have renewed themselves, and we don't have to help with them. Yesterday, as I mentioned before we got on the air, was the last day of open enrollment, which means if you had a Medicare Advantage plan and you wanted to change it, yesterday was the last day you could do that. If you turn 65 tomorrow, or next week, or in January, our folks are in the office all year to help that. It's not just during open enrollment. We have a full-time person who is there all the time. It's a contracted position. Again, it's a partially federally funded program that we have that we are obligated to offer, and it's a very busy program. People turn 65 every day, yes. Right? People might get a new diagnosis and they have a different Medicare D as in David plan and have to change it every day. So the counselors are trained. It's a lot of information for them to know. They have to sort of negotiate through all the Medicare and the federal government websites, which tend to be sometimes confusing for people. And that's why they like to meet them in person to say, here's your options. What medication are you on? When are you turning 65? Blah, blah, blah. It's different than Social Security. That's through Social Security Administration, which is now unfortunately not in Kingston anymore. But right. There are 2 offices. One's in Poughkeepsie and one is in Hudson, New York. So that is a loss, I think, to the community that's no longer around here for folks.
It is a loss.
It really is a loss.
So if I turn 65 next week, do I have to wait till next open enrollment to get in?
No.
Okay.
If you turn 65, you talk to someone at the OFA and say, I want to, if I'm not working anymore, so you may be working, you're still covered and blah, blah, blah. But you just need to get some information about what your choices and your options are coming up. And I know for myself, you used to get these things in the mail every year from Social Security saying, this is what you're going to have if you retired at this age, right? So I think in my age group, and I think you're a little younger than me, but I think it was like I couldn't get my Social Security optimum until I was 66 in a few months. So yeah, so that may be something you have to consider when you're going to retire. So people over 60 are served by the Office for Aging who are not eligible for Medicaid, because we get a lot of calls from Medicaid patients too. So that includes all the people turning 65, right? So it's a great source. It's free. Bob and his team are wonderful. They're very knowledgeable. There's several of them, and it goes on all year. Legal goes on all year. You know, we have our contracted lawyer goes on our year. Her name is Erica Hulwick, and she has her own law firm in Poughkeepsie and Kingston. That goes on all year. Medicare Savings Plan goes on all year. So Medicare Savings Plan is for folks who have limited resources, limited income, over 65. It is income-based, has something to do with Social Security disability, and it helps pay for your Medicare premiums and your co-payments and deductibles. So for people who don't qualify for Medicaid, but who have, you know, maybe a couple notches above the Medicaid limit income, this is a great program for them, and that person is available all year as well. Lately, it's just been phone consultations, but she's very responsive. Separate from the Medicare program, completely separate. Again, a federal program, Medicare Savings Plan, as opposed to HICAP, which is the Health Insurance Information Counseling Assistance Program that Bob does. Bob was here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he was great. He was wonderful. Yeah.
That's who I'm talking about with the Medicare program. And, you know, they kind of go off into different, have to talk about Medicare Advantage plans, traditional Medicare. What does that do for you? It's complicated.
It's very complicated.
It's really complicated. Yeah, and there's all these alphabets that you have to understand.
And competing companies too, which you know, you think Medicare is one thing, but no,
no.
For the last month, the radio stations are making out like bandits with all these commercials. It's crazy.
And when you watch TV, when you watch the national news at night, because I like to watch 6:30 to 7 before Jeopardy, all you hear about are new drugs and Medicare programs.
That's
so.
Oh God! And some of the side effects of the drugs are worse.
It's so confusing.
It is.
You know,
so we apologize, but it's not up to us. What else did I want to talk about?
End of the year stuff.
So what happens? What is this? December, beginning of December here. So beginning of January, people start thinking about their taxes, and we do have it's called the AARP Tax Aid Program. AARP is a grant, and it funds, not through us. We don't take the money, but it funds folks to go out and help folks with their taxes, seniors or people who are disabled, and you don't have to pay for the tax man, right? And last year, I think we saved people or got, I think, over $1 million. I think I mentioned this a while ago in refunds. And again, we have a group of people. We got a guy coordinating everything. They used to meet people in libraries and senior centers and go over their taxes, but they can still do it. It's going to be more clumsy and complicated because it's going to be like papers faxing or scanning back and forth.
But if you can get a few $100 back that you didn't know about, I mean, that's
and
huge.
it's free.
That's like
I mean, I can't tell you how much I have to
Yeah,
cost
right.
to do my taxes.
I'm with you.
My accountant drives a big old car, you know.
I know, right? And I've had the same guy for years, and he's really reasonable, but it's still, you know, I'm socked by it.
Yes.
So those are the things that are coming up. SNAP is another thing that if you are qualified for HEAP, you can do SNAP, again, through our office, through New York Connects. SNAP is what you used to call food stamps, right? So it's a benefit card and everything. So there is some eligibility there as well. New York Connects can help with that.
They start the process. If it's HEAP or SNAP, it starts the process and moves it to social services. And then from social services, they'll reach out to the applicant, and then it'll move forward from there. Okay.
Yeah. But we can start the process. We have the applications in the office. They know how to do it. New York Connects is a really wonderful program for people that just takes all of these resources that can help folks, limited income, disabled seniors or both. And, you know, a combination of both in a lot of
people check more than $1. So.
Yep. And gathers them together to be able to, you know, put their finger on it. And we have 2 full-time people in the office and a part-time person. We all kind of do a little bit of it. I've been answering the phone a lot because we've had crazy phones lately. But, you know, the variation of calls that we're getting, you know, is like, wow. you have to know a lot of stuff to be able to address this.
Every day, you know.
Yeah, it's really, and that's why I wanted you to address, I really appreciate the license information, is that is one thing that we didn't really know about, and before the election, people were calling us, I don't want to go out, what do I do? So we went sort of on this thing where if you call us and you needed an absentee ballot application, we would send it to you. We didn't get a lot of calls, but we got some. Got a couple people, I can't get to the polls, but I want to vote in person. We had a person call and say, I'll drive anybody to the polls. You know, I'll volunteer to drive people. We didn't get a lot of takers, but I think a lot of people voted by mail this year, and they were able to do that, and we helped, made a bunch of copies off the website from the election folks. I got in trouble. They saw me. I said something or put something in writing. It's like, that's not the way you're supposed to do it. I was like, okay.
Not official protocol.
Not official protocol. So I got the official protocol, and then I followed it. And
that's funny.
That's fine. Just
All I'm doing
educate
is
me.
trying to help seniors. That's it.
I'm just trying to help.
That wasn't produced in a union print shop, so you can't photocopy it yourself.
Oh. No, I don't even have a ballot. It was just an application for a ballot. Right. Yeah, okay. Whatever I have to do. Yeah.
State contract and
Yeah. So we're seeing people. We were seeing people, and that stopped right at Thanksgiving. So 2 minutes, okay. And then we are still doing things online. Our website has a flyer every month. We still offer Tai Chi. We still have people calling. We still have all these programs that I was talking about. They're just a little bit, more
See
challenging.
the picture looked like an older gentleman in a mask doing Tai Chi under the pavilion?
Yes, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Celeste called. She's our Tai Chi. Is
that one of
Did you
hers?
see so-and-so?
Oh,
He was doing cloud hand.
Oh, that's awesome. He was a participant. That's awesome. That's awesome. I was hoping so. That's why I brought it up. So.
I would advise everybody to take Tai Chi. It is really, really cool.
And balance is a huge
balance. It's all about balance. It
absolutely.
makes you focus. It makes you think. It's not difficult, but it's very cerebral,
body,
and it's the music is wonderful.
That's great.
And it takes you off.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you can do
Especially
fat
during
hand.
this time.
Yes.
Even more so.
Forget about our troubles.
Yes, for at least a
So
half
our
hour.
number once more, 340-3456.
Thank you. And I'm sure you Google Ulster County
Office of the
Office
Aging.
You
Okay,
can
yep.
get it through the computers and all that. So
Yeah.
Good. Well, next time we talk to you, it's going to be next year, 2021.
Yeah, that's right. Merry
I know, it's going-
Christmas and
Christmas
Happy
is
New
2 weeks
Year.
away, for God's sake.
Happy holidays.
Yes,
So,
same to you.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. You
Keep
too.
up all the good work at
Yes.
your agency, and hopefully everyone has a healthy, happy, safe.
Yes,
Stay
holiday.
well, please.
Yes.
Wear your mask.
Hanukkah starts
Yes.
today, I think, right? So,
The 10th.
Okay, well, tomorrow, whatever. So we're 2 days.
Thursday, I think.
Oh yeah, we're in holiday season.
Yep,
So.
we are.
Good.
And thanks for having me again.
Well,
Thank
we're
you.
glad you joined us. So, Dan,
All
we're
right,
about
Dan.
it. Another
Everybody have a terrific
another
Tuesday.
in the books. So, thank you, and
Yes.
we'll see you next
Everybody
week.
be well.
All right, Sue. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right, Dan, take it away.
Put away.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much, Sue Copenhagen from the Office for the Aging, Ulster County, for coming in today. And you are with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM. It's now 8:58 now, Tuesday, December 8th. It's 28 degrees, hasn't risen up too much this morning yet. 28 degrees here in Uptown Kingston. This last portion of Kingston Community Radio was brought to you by Rondout Savings. Rondout Savings' approach to community banking puts you in the front of everything they do. They're a different kind of bank and would like to show you why. So reach out to one of their expert business bankers for an appointment. Let them show what they can do for you. Rondout Savings, working for you in the community with branches in Kingston, West Hurley, and Hyde Park. Also online at rondoutbank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. And thank you for sharing the morning with us and participating in Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM, and our live streaming on mykcr.org. Talk radio at its best. Inspired discussions of, by, and for the community, such as Dan Whalen of the Boys and Girls Club, Ulster County, Carl Brown, Kingston Community Action, Siobhan Kingston Food Co-op, Sue Copenhager, Office for the Aging, Ulster County. We thank you, Nina Postapak and Cameron Rylance, for bringing us a terrific Tuesday. And every day, 7 to 9 a.m., this is Kingston Community Radio. And until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., we wish you every success in growing and developing Kingston and all our neighboring communities. We now return you to Real Country Radio.